So David Dorian, take your right hand and like you're placing it on a step, and then your left hand on the next step up, and then your right hand all the way to the top. So you're like walking up some stairs.
Because that's where I left my shoes, on the top step right there.
Excellent. Good imagery. But see how it's not just vertically going, but you're moving in, just like you would on stairs, right? So you come up all the way to the top, but your right hand's blocking, left hand's blocking, and then right hand's striking.
So Joshua is teaching me an exercise known as the Mantis climbs out of the snowbank. It's in preparation for the routine that we're going to learn. You know what?
You're going to love this.
You're going to love this?
You're going to love it.
This is a good one for you to practice with us. So if you haven't already done so, why don't you join us right now? Get up out of the chair, move the coffee table aside, or go stand by the staircase, it sounds like here. And here's how we're going to begin. My feet are about shoulder width apart, I'd say. Weights evenly distributed? Or?
You're going from even to the front leg.
Even to the front leg. Okay, got it.
So you're coming up and you're pushing forward. So when you drop your right hand, you're in neutral. Mm-hmm. But now you start to lift as you're pulling yourself up. Then your left hand comes up, that pulls you up.
So you're really reaching out.
And you're reaching out because you're trying to get into someone's guard. But for now, we're just thinking about a snowbank.
A snowbank, got it.
Snowbank.
All right.
So it's cold, you don't want to keep your hand on it too long. So it's, and then up. Good. So right, left, right. Let's add the legs.
Okay.
This is a great workout for your legs because you're going up and down, which we don't do enough of in a day. Okay? So you're going to start low. You're going to walk up the stairs and come in. 1, 2, 3.
Coming up's not hard, it's going down.
But again, now imagine a snowbank where you're trying to climb out of it. So it's 1, 2, 3. You would go up a little bit faster because the snow's cold. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One last one. 1, 2, 3. So keep your hands soft though. You don't want to keep them rigid because in wushu you keep your hands softer.
Wushu meaning?
War arts. Or the type of martial arts that's done currently in China right now.
Got it.
Okay?
Wonderful.
Let's do it moving.
Okay.
I'm going to show you how to do it. We do it at angles because in martial arts, you're always thinking about angles, never like just straight on. You're trying to get around someone. So we'll do it at an angle first.
So you want to join us, give yourself enough room to walk down 3 or 4 paces. And I've got a little bit of room here. All right, so where do I start?
Yeah, you need to clear furniture.
You need to clear the furniture, okay.
So you're going to start down. So you're more on the front leg than back leg. And see how I'm up on my heel?
Got it.
Good, beautiful. Walk up. Good. Now we step to that corner. You're going to use the same front hand, right hand forward. 1, 2, 3. Step. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. See how I use my body though? So I don't want to just use my arms. I don't want to go through the stairs. I want to climb up the stairs, but I want to use my waist to move.
So tunneling as I go.
Up. Now bring your left hip forward to walk with your left hand, and then right hand. And then other side again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Last one. 1, 2, 3. Let's go back.
Let's go back. I took an extra step there.
How are your legs feeling?
My legs are okay, but I think I added one more step in there.
What you want to think is, think light. Don't think heavy. So your legs are light like a mantis.
Like a mantis.
Where they can float almost and spring. Okay?
Wow, we're really,
ready?
this is a spring snowfall. Okay.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Stay soft. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You want to try a couple fast?
Okay, let's try a couple
Okay.
at a little speed.
1, 2, 3. Good. 1, 2, 3.
One more.
Last one. 1, 2, 3.
Beautiful.
Excellent. That was
Beautiful.
good, right?
That was very nice. And I have a feeling we're going to be using this again very soon. Among the hundreds of styles of Chinese martial arts or styles of Kung Fu, there are a few that are more unique, different, and exciting to watch than the style we're going to learn about in this lesson. This is called Tang Lang Chuan, which means the praying mantis fist. Now, this is a style that has been rarely seen outside of China, so it's fairly new to the West. There are plenty of places where you can find it, but the style that we're going to learn today is very, very rare. Now, praying mantis fist is a style that is characterized by the formation of a particular kind of hand gesture, which we call the mantis fist, just like the pinchers of the insect. You also find that the elbows and arms come in close to the body like the insect in withdrawal, and then strike out fast like the insect seizing its prey. We have with us today as an instructor, somebody that we're very fortunate to meet, Sifu Joshua Grant, who is the head of the Boston Kung Fu and Tai Chi Institute, also a former U.S. National Martial Arts team member. He's also one of the few experts in Tang Lang Chuan, in this praying mantis style in the United States. Now, there's a wonderful story about where praying mantis style comes from. According to this Chinese legend, a general was once marching his army up the road on his way to battle. As he progressed along this highway, he came across a tiny insect standing in front of the road in a martial pose as if he was challenging the general and all his horses and chariots to advance upon him. Well, the general tried to shoo him away to make him move, but the insect would not budge. Well, the general was so impressed by the act of courage and fierce nature of his stances that he took his entire army and redirected it around the mantis to go to the other side. And so in praying mantis style, this is what we learn: courage, ferocity, and stability. You know, I've seen praying mantis style performed many, many times, and no matter how many times I've seen it, I'm still excited and inspired whenever I watch a demonstration. If you've never seen a demonstration of praying mantis style, I think maybe that's a good place for us to start.
Awesome. So, as we talked about before, this is praying mantis fighting in a blizzard. So to keep with that whole theme and narrative, all the moves have those type of commonality. So here you're blocking, striking, and it's that mantis fist, the back of the hand. Strike, and then hit with the palm, but pull back with the mantis hand. So it's going to be a little bit faster. And it's like a mantis catching snowflakes. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then the mantis tries to get out of this little snowbank here. It moves back, comes through, and then tries to poke a hole through it. Just like you would try to push someone down. Then you come back, try to tunnel. He's trying to tunnel out and then climb up out of the snowbank. Can't get out. So it turns around, tries to shake off the snow off its body. But it's going to do that in a shaking manner, and it comes up and then comes down forward. Let's walk it through a little bit faster.
You see what I mean about it being exciting and inspiring? He
Very
moves
dynamic.
so fast. It's such a dynamic form. But even at that speed, that's like half the speed I've seen Joshua move in before. But don't worry, what we're going to do is break this down into small chunks. You're going to give us some small combinations to learn
That should
today?
be fun.
Okay, good. Where do you want me to stand?
Right there is perfect.
There we go.
Good. We're going to do the application, right?
Well, let's do a little bit of the form first. So show me how to do a little bit of that. So we can all learn
Even
together.
more fun.
Okay.
So say someone's punching and kicking and blocking and hitting and scratching.
My favorite thing
and
in
biting,
the world.
Right?
Okay.
So you're going to hit down and block, and then strike.
Good. Now my feet are in a lunge position?
So I'm starting to reach forward. So I'm coming off my back leg and reaching into them.
All right.
Just like if I were coming towards you.
And where do I start?
This is very interesting you asked that. It's like a whip.
So I've got...
So you relax back and like a wave, you're coming forward and snapping back. And then turning. Now your right hand comes by your head, shoots out, and you hit with the palm, and then come back. And you're reaching back out of their reach, so you're going to lean.
Can we go back to the whip action? I really like that. That's a really good feeling.
Isn't that a nice feeling?
Yeah.
So what's unique about Mantis, it uses a lot of body technique. So instead of just being static, your body's going side to side, it's going front to back. So it's very soft. And it's not quite animalistic because it's still an insect. So you separate the sections. So you would turn and then the head would keep going. So you have all this body technique. Block, strike, block, hit, and then come back and reach as far back as you can on your leg. Lean, like one of these things.
Like one of the...
Excellent. Now you see how this hand blocks the ribs? Mm-hmm. And this one's blocking your head.
Cool. So let's start with just the footwork. So I start with my weight on the back foot, and then
you relax forward and you do this rolling motion.
I love that part.
And then you're coming back and reaching and leaning.
Okay.
Okay?
Good. And then the hands add to the footwork with?
Well, what's going to be interesting, when you go fast, you do all of that in the air.
All of that in the air. All right.
Okay? We're not going to do that.
Okay,
right
I was going to say, that's the next lesson.
That's the next lesson. So come forward and you have that wave feeling, right? This is because you're pulling in someone like that. You're using your body to pull.
All right.
Then you use your left hand. Then use the back. Remember the Mantis hand. It's one finger over the other.
You know what? This is a good place for the action cam so we can really see how this Mantis fist is formed.
Use this wave motion to come forward, reaching with your right hand. Continue with your left hand. And now the third hand, the right hand again, forms the Mantis hand. And you're going to close the palm, bring your little finger down, and each finger on top. Now in the movies you would see this, but in reality it's more like this because you're forming a hook. Then the left hand continues to come forward, right hand comes by the head. You strike with the palm, and then both hands form the Mantis hand as you come back and you're leaning. So you're coming into someone and coming out. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And a little bit faster, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to be continuous and regular speed.
Okay, Joshua, what's next?
We're going to retreat.
Retreat, okay.
Retreat. So we just hit 5 times, right? We're going to turn, go into a small ball. So you think small, like a little kitten playing with a ball of yarn. So right hand down. Then you're going to come up and you're striking with the back of your right hand. Block with your left hand. So we were small before and now we're big, right? We're coming through and we're going to hit through that snowbank like we're trying to tunnel out and poke a hole through. So if you can imagine this is the chest and you're pushing down on someone. Perfect. So we're back here.
I want to see how you do that turnaround.
Gracefully.
Of course.
You turn like that. So you get real small.
I literally pivot around and pull that knee in.
And bring it back a little bit more.
Bring it back in a little bit. Got it.
Then you come up big. So all of a sudden you're all really huge. And then you come down. Push. Good. Like you're really shoving.
Okay.
Okay? Let's do it from here. Back. Up. Big. And then down. And let that momentum carry you. So what's nice about Mantis, you're letting the physics of the movement carry you through it.
Can we walk through just the footwork alone
Yes.
and then add the hands? Okay, so here I am in this last position here, just as where I'm winding up footwork.
I turn and I drag my right foot back and I'm squatting. And then I come up, turning, and then I'm on the balls of my feet. And then I step into a lunge and my back heels up.
Got it.
Good.
When you break it down like that, it feels like there's fewer steps, actually.
Right. There's not much, but it's all the body dynamics. When you put it together, it's like 1 and 1 equals 10.
Right.
Okay?
Now we add the hands?
Well, I have the hands.
Okay.
Come back like you're hiding. Come up. You're huge now. And now you're going to push down. Good.
That feels a lot.
You went fast.
I have a good teacher. But I think maybe one more time.
One more time.
And if you haven't done this with us, walk through it with us right now. We're starting on the back foot.
Remember, lean all the way back.
Lean all the way back.
You have both Mantis hands. You're going to go back, retreat, turn, strike, strike, push. Excellent.
Beautiful.
Good job.
That was a good one. Thank you so
It's
much.
good on the legs,
It's
right?
good on the legs too. But I have a feeling there's even more to come.
Good one.
Okay, Joshua, how do I look?
You look great. But let me just perfect it for you.
Okay, perfect. Yes.
Remember I talked about the body language. So you're leaning, but you want to also hollow out your ribs. Awesome.
Aha.
And lean. So
lean,
hollow,
but hollow. Okay.
And then your top hand is protecting the head. And your bottom hand is protecting all these nice juicy ribs you got right there.
Got right there.
Perfect.
All right.
Are you holding your breath?
I am a little bit, as a matter of fact.
Because your legs get tired? The way to change that is go a little bit deeper and back farther.
In fact, all right.
Okay? So you're leaning all the way back.
All the way back, but I got my
Excellent.
ribs hollowed out.
Good.
Wonderful. Now, I can see that there was a lot of change that you adjusted me into, but why does that matter?
Well, because you want to protect the body when you're doing these forms. The idea being that you have 2 hands, but you have this long body, right? So one hand needs to be protecting one part, and the top hand would protect the head.
So in
But
other
it's
words,
different than boxing,
okay.
because boxing is just the hands. But in wushu, everything's legitimate.
So in other words, this is a fighting art.
It's definitely a fighting art.
So how would we use this then in self-defense, self-defense situations?
Let's use the technique we just practiced.
Okay.
Okay. So say you're in the on guard position.
Whichever way you like.
So I use my front hand to block this hand because it's in the way.
All right.
I have to get to your head from here.
Okay.
Okay. So I want to bring this down. I need to bring this down. You see where I'm going
I
now?
see where you're going.
So when I
not sure I
do
wanna
that,
see where
though,
you're
I'm
going.
going to add that roll. So it pulls me faster.
Uh-huh.
So it's accelerating. And then I use the back. Already you're leaning now,
Yeah,
right?
right?
I'm going to hit you with the back of this hand. And then I could push and then reach.
Wow,
And
so you
strike
have
with the palm.
a lot of extension through this.
A lot of extension because you're reaching up from the ground all the way through the ribs out. But you can hit with a lot of surfaces. So say I miss your face.
Okay.
I miss your face, but I can graze you with my forearm. Or I can hit you with the side of my hand. Or I can miss you altogether, and you think I'm in the clear, right?
Right.
But I come through. Hit you with the back, reaching, and then I go behind you.
Aha.
I jerk, and I have you in a neck brace.
In a neck brace.
Yes.
Wonderful. Can we do that again?
Wonderful.
Okay.
Are you sure?
I'm gonna scoot up on here a little bit. Yes.
Good.
There we go.
So I come 1, 2, 3. So see how that's fast. 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
And then I would hit or push and strike. But this one, because it's coming all the way out, it's going to be at full extension.
You know, there's so much going on there. Do you think we should have an action cam?
Let's do the action
Do
cam.
the action cam on this one.
Take down the front hand, backhand, strike, hit, come through. See how I'm doing the neck brace. And then I come back. My bottom hand protects my ribs now. Okay? So let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 5.
Aha. Wow, that's
Good.
so fast.
Right? Front hand, back, hit, strike. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do the neck brace now. I pull and I lock the head. Isn't that fun?
That's fun for you.
That's a copay with that one. 1, 2, 3, strike, hit, and then do. So it's very versatile.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, strike, hit, and then I. So the other thing is you're ducking and weaving.
Okay, that was awesome. What else have we got? What else would be a self-defense technique from praying mantis?
I love this next movement. It's iconic for Mantis. It's so fluid, you'll love it.
Show me what it looks like.
It's very fluid. See how you use your body, you're rolling, but it's almost like you have this little window and your hands have to go, it's like head width and everything. So your hands are going through the window, but see how close your arms are? So you're not like this. You're very close, so it's all body movement. So I'm not moving my arm out, it's my body pushing it out. But what this is good for is someone's throwing combinations of moves.
Okay.
I don't know your combinations, you don't know mine. I don't know what's coming at me. So you're throwing different punches and I'm deflecting them like that. So it's not very scientific, but it's very effective to neutralize all those.
So let's break this down. Show me how to do the basic technique.
Good. So remember you have this little window.
Okay.
You turn your waist and reach out. Turn your waist again to the inside and reach out. But see how close I am to my forearms. Excellent. Come through. So my hand's turned up like that. Then when I turn back, I'm coming back because I'm pulling. So when I come through, I come back and I'm pulling.
So each time I reach through, my palm turns completely over.
All the way over,
down.
thumb down.
Thumb down.
Then the left hand comes through. And see how you're using your waist back and forth. Like that. Beautiful. See, isn't that a fluid, beautiful movement?
Your back foot's just planted or pivoting?
Pivoting. And then see how I kind of roll it. See how I'm turning. And then you can vary speed. So you can go fast and slow it up. And then you have this surge of speed.
You could just do this exercise by itself. I'm actually getting a lot of exercise through my shoulders.
Right?
A lot of toning through my shoulders and arms. Yeah, I can feel it. And it's also very good for my waist turn, which is part, you've already shown me the waist turn is critical for playing Mantis. It's in really every martial art.
It's essential for it, right.
Yes. So this is a really nice exercise for that. So I'm reaching.
What I love about this movement, it teaches you the fluidity of the art and the poise and the precision. Because it's very precise. You have to get through that window. You can't be sloppy.
Mm-hmm. All right, now how would I use this as self-defense?
So say I don't know what you're going to do. You have your fighting style, I have my fighting style. If you are throwing punches, I don't know what it's going to be. So I can't say, okay, block this, block that. And you're probably pretty fast. Am I right?
We'll just leave it at that for now.
So I don't know what's happening here. So you start to punch.
Nothing gets through.
Well, and you're maintaining this fluidity that I can come up with the next hand. If I miss one because you didn't throw a punch, it doesn't matter because I have the next one up.
All right, let's slow that way down just so that we can see. If you're doing this with a partner, both of you can take it easy, by the way. Always, always, always attend to safety.
Safety.
Safety is always the first thing. Begin by throwing one short punch, and then your partner will reach out and intercept. There's that reaching through the window.
And then what's nice about this, when I come back, I can pull and then strike
and then strike there.
Or if
I do two punches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I take a break.
Right.
I try to catch his timing, but it's still coming through.
Because there's always one coming forward and one coming out.
And no matter what we do here, I still see the essence of the Mantis. I still see your body involved in that displacement, that segmentation that you talked about.
Right, and the rolling. Because the rolling also is like weaving in boxing, right?
Right.
Where I don't have a static head position. I'm going back and forth.
Beautiful.
And then you can go up and down and do the legs again.
Beautiful. Well, I've gotten a good workout. I've learned a couple of great self-defense techniques. It's something that there's so much more to practice that I know we can learn more about it, but this will get us started on a journey towards learning Praying Mantis Kung Fu.
It's a nice start.
We focus so much on the physical aspects of this martial art, Praying Mantis, Tong Long Chuan, all the body rolls and displacements of the rib cage and the unusual Praying Mantis fist. But it's important to remember that Tong Long Chuan is not just a physical exercise, it's also an internal, emotional, philosophical, and spiritual exercise as well. To understand the meaning of the philosophy of Praying Mantis, we want to go back to the original story about how Praying Mantis was created. It was created by a general who was taking his entire army down the road and saw a tiny insect sitting in the middle of the road. And what did he see in that small insect? Well, he saw courage. He saw a tiny little being facing what would be impossible odds, an entire army of horses and chariots, and yet he stood his ground. Even when the general tried to shoo him away, he said, no, and struck out with his fearless Praying Mantis claws. So we learn about courage in the face of insurmountable odds. We learn about ferocity, never giving in, never giving up. But we also learn about one more characteristic, which Joshua mentioned a little while ago. It's called poise. That even while you're in a martial pose, even when you're in the midst of battle, you can still stand with some kind of elegance and some kind of character in the midst of all of this. And so courage, ferocity, and poise are some of the things that we learn internally from this Chinese martial art known as Praying Mantis. What else would you say is an important aspect of praying mantis to add to that?
I love that it's the perfect bridge between internal and external, because you have these whipping motions, surging, these wave-like motions. Everything is used in physics and dynamic physics, as opposed to just the strength of your arm or the strength of your legs. You're popping, you're climbing, you're using like active parts of your body, but you're also going to this quietude and then exploding out of it. So it's a real like full yin-yang experience.
This is very characteristic of traditional Chinese martial arts, this internal and external. This is a wonderful bridge, bridging those two styles together.
Yes, it comes very small and then explodes out. It's
Wonderful.
beautiful.
You want to try a little bit more?
Yeah.
Should we spar a little bit?
Let's spar.
All right, here we go. Watch out now.